Hi everyone! Welcome to my cooking channel Japanese Food at Home. I'm Chef Reina from Japan. Today, I am excited to share a recipe for miso roasted chicken legs. In Japan, miso is not just for soup, it's a versatile ingredient used in a variety of dishes. One of the most popular ways to enjoy miso is through saikyo-yaki. In this style, ingredients are marinated with saikyo miso, a sweet and mild white miso from Kyoto, before cooking them. Its delicate balance of flavors transforms simple ingredients into something truly special. My take on this classic uses miso to create rich, flavorful roasted chicken legs, perfect for a festive Christmas dinner or any celebratory occasion. Okay then, let's check the ingredient list. Today, I'm going to use bone-in chicken legs. For the miso marinade, we will build flavor with white miso, soy sauce, mirin, and sugar. As for the garnishes, I'm going to use potato, purple sweet potato, lotus root, cauliflower, broccoli, carrot, pearl onions, celery stalk, and shiitake mushrooms. And they will be seasoned with salt, oil, and the miso marinade. For your information, you don't have to be strict about these items for the garnishes. You can reduce the variety of items as needed, or even add other vegetables and mushrooms as you wish. However, ingredients coated with miso tend to burn easily, so it's best to avoid very thin pieces. Alright then, let's start by marinating the chicken legs. To make the miso marinade, add the soy sauce, mirin, and sugar to the white miso. And mix well until smooth and completely incorporated. Next, prepare the chicken legs. Lay a leg on a cutting board with the skin facing down. As you may already know, thick bones run through the center like this. So using the tip of a sharp knife, make an incision along the bones. Then gradually separate the flesh from the bones. The benefits of this process is, first, it makes the legs easier to cook through. Second, the size of the legs will appear larger than before when viewed from the skin side. Third, the entire skin will be roasted evenly. Fourth, you can easily detach the flesh from the bones when eating. If your chicken legs are already prepared this way by a butcher, go ahead and move to the next step. Once you've finished, remove excess fat as necessary. Then turn the leg over. Using a fork, prick the skin all over to allow the marinade flavor to penetrate into the leg and to prevent the skin and flesh from shrinking when roasted. The skin is very slippery, so you may want to pull it with your other hand to make it tighter. Do the same for the other leg, then they will be ready to marinate. Lay the legs in a tray with the skin facing down. Then place half of the marinade on top. If the legs are too wet, you may want to pat dry them with paper towels so the marinade won't be diluted. Spread it all over the surface. Then turn the legs over. Do the same for the skin side. Then cover with the lid or plastic film and refrigerate overnight. The next day, line a larger oven-proof tray with parchment paper. Before transferring the legs to the tray, you need to wipe the marinade off the skin using a rubber spatula. This is because miso marinade is easily burned when roasted, so remove the marinade from the skin, leaving the other side as is. Keep the leftover marinade aside. Lay the legs with the skin facing up. Then pat dry the skin with a paper towel to prevent over-browning. Let them sit at room temperature for at least 30 minutes. In the meantime, let's prepare the garnishes. If using a potato, you can peel it if you want, and cut it into bite-sized pieces. Keep the pieces in water to prevent discoloration. For a sweet potato, you can do the same, though I usually leave the skin on. Make sure to keep the pieces in water too. For lotus fruit, peel it and slice it about 5 mm thick. Then soak the slices in water. Cauliflower should be separated into florets. If there are any discolored parts, trim them off, and you can half or quarter the florets as needed. The same goes for broccoli. Now for the carrot. Peel it and cut it into bite-sized pieces. I like using the rolling cut method, which is called rangiri in Japanese, but you can cut it into rounds or chunks, whatever you prefer. If you want to learn more about the rolling cut method, check out my earlier video on chikuzenni. The link is in the video description below. Here is a tip. Carrots shrink a lot when roasted, so cut them a bit larger than your ideal size. For pearl onions, just peel them and cut them in half. Next, let's prepare the celery. Celery has strings that run along the stalk. To remove them, turn the stalk over so the groove faces up. Snap it at the joint and pull the top half towards you. Then you can remove some of the strings. For the remainder, make a small cut at the top. Pinch the strings between your thumb and the blade and pull them off. If you're slicing the celery stalk thinly, you can skip this step. But for thicker pieces, removing the strings is better because they can remain tough even after roasting. Next, slice the stalk into 2 cm thick diagonal pieces. Finally, the mushrooms. Like carrots, they shrink a lot when roasted, so use large ones. Separate the caps and stems. Cut the caps into halves or quarters depending on their size. For the stems, trim off the top bottom part. Then cut the rest into smaller pieces. Alright, all the items are ready to season. So now place them all in a mixing bowl. Then add the remaining marinade. Followed by 2 pinches of salt and a drizzle of oil. Toast them together so every piece is coated well. And make sure to preheat the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit by this point, so that you can put the ingredients in the oven right after this. Spread the garnish ingredients around the chicken legs, along with the marinade. The key is to use a tray that just fits the ingredients when you arrange them in one layer. If the tray is too large, there will be unnecessary gaps between the ingredients, which can cause over-browning. If it's too small, the ingredients will overlap and won't cook evenly, so keep this in mind as the ideal setup. Now it's time to roast. Place the tray in the oven. If there are several options for height in the oven, choose the lower position. Then roast at 180 degrees Celsius for a total of 25 to 30 minutes. When you make larger quantities, make sure to extend the cooking time accordingly. For best results, you can also turn the tray halfway around during roasting to ensure the chicken legs brown evenly. If the legs brown too quickly, you can cover them with foil. Look, they're nicely browned and so appetizing, right? Well, that's how you make miso roasted chicken legs. The depth and balance of flavors in this dish are sure to impress. The miso marinade is wonderfully versatile. It pairs beautifully with pork, beef, or fish, so feel free to get creative and make it your own. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Have a warm and joyful Christmas with delicious food. See you next time!